What if everything you knew about self-improvement and personal development was wrong? In today's video, I'm going to highlight my top 7 key factors that fuel self-improvement and growth in any individual so you can have a good starting point no matter where you're at. And within each of those 7 topics, I'm going to highlight 2 subtopics for you to work from and understand the driving forces behind the main factors that will help you grow as an individual. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. Hey guys, my name is Marquis and welcome to my YouTube channel. Self-improvement and personal development are big topics these days because naturally as humans we have an affinity to want to break past our current limitations and challenges that we may be facing, which leads us into our first key factor, which is self-awareness. Without self-awareness, you're essentially doomed because you can't even recognize that you're at point A, but you want to get all the way to point B, which leads us into our first subtopic, which is recognizing your strengths and weaknesses. Being able to have that introspection and understand where your strengths and weaknesses lie is super critical because it allows you to take your energy and time and focus it either on your weaknesses and bringing them up to a level that you're comfortable with, or doubling down on your strengths and taking them all the way to the sky. The choice is yours, but being able to recognize them allows you to strategically place your energy and your skill sets where you think they're most needed. Our second subcategory is reflection and mindfulness. This is very important because it allows you to recognize patterns in your thoughts, emotions, and behavior, and if there's anything that's a bottleneck and limiting your progress, you can recognize it off the bat, tackle it, and eliminate it and move forward with your growth and progress. Our second key factor is having a growth mindset, which essentially means accepting your own ignorance, putting pride and ego to the side, and prioritizing knowledge above all else, which leads us into being a lifelong learner, staying curious about the knowledge you can acquire and skills that you can have, whether it's through formal education, self-directed, or experiential growth. Being open to new ideas and perspectives is crucial because then we get into embracing challenges. Anyone with a growth mindset knows that intelligence and abilities can be cultivated through hard work, dedication, and learning. And having this mindset is very important, and it creates a resilience when you're faced with obstacles that may seem almost impossible to tackle. Our third factor is goal setting, which is important because this gives you a direction to go. That's why you have short-term goals and long-term goals. Balancing immediate goals with long-term vision helps maintain a sense of progress while you go for those bigger aspirations in life. And because of this, you want your goals to be clear and actionable. Being able to have clear goals that are actionable and cause no confusion is very important in maintaining momentum and progress, and taking those larger goals and breaking them into smaller actionable tasks helps maintain your focus and progress as you inch by inch get closer to where you need to be. Our fourth key factor, and probably one of the most important, is discipline. That's because without discipline, you can have all the other factors aligned, but without discipline and consistently showing up for yourself, it's essentially all in vain. That's why you need to become a master in overcoming distractions. There's going to be different things that try to lead you astray and take you away from your goals, but you owe it to yourself and your dreams to stay the course and keep pushing forward. Not to say you can't indulge here and there, but the majority of the time you would want your actions to align with those future goals and version of yourself that you want to be, which leads us into delayed gratification. You're going to have to say no to a lot of short-term feel-good benefits out there in service of the longer, bigger rewards of your goals. And this is very important to have, especially if you have very large and ambitious goals. Our fifth key factor, and a personal favorite of mine, is inspiration and motivation. I think it's really important for people to have a source that fuels their self-improvement and personal development, and that's why we have role models and mentors. These people that you choose can be very important to your impact and success on whatever self-development journey you're on, because they give you a visual representation of where you want to be. And I think this is important because not only do you get to see it visually, but you can hear from their experience. They give you valuable advice, and seeing that tangible evidence gives you the further reassurance of, okay, my dreams aren't crazy. They were able to do it, so can I. And finding that community can be very empowering, especially during the difficult times within your self-development journey. But with all of this being said, you also need to have your own personal motivation, which leads into the why. Why did you decide to go on this personal growth journey? Why did you decide to want to change for the better? Narrowing down your why will also reinvigorate you and give you that motivation and passion that you need to push forward, even in those periods where you may be experiencing self-doubt and questioning your skills or abilities as an individual. Our sixth factor is curiosity and openness. If you want to develop and grow as an individual, you're going to have a willingness to explore new experiences. This means stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing things you initially wouldn't do on your own, and really being able to take in the world fully for what it is. Not only this, you're going to have a curiosity about the world and people's experiences. This can help you lead to self-discovery and new perspectives. With these new perspectives, you can challenge your beliefs. Constantly being curious about if you're right or wrong in those assumptions and formulating new ideas and beliefs around it is one way to provide mental and emotional flexibility. So if you're ever faced with challenges or difficulties, you won't see it from a narrow, one-sided point of view. You can see it from multiple perspectives, and this will give you an edge to growing at a rate that is beneficial for you in your life and your goals. Our seventh and final key factor, and without a doubt one of the most important for your personal development, is accountability. There are two ways in which you can stay accountable. One is by tracking your progress, whether that's journaling, using an app, or having an accountability partner. You need some type of system in place in order to track your progress. That way, if you get deterred from your goals, you can realign and stay the course. Not only that, it's a good record keeper to help improve your systems and speed up the pace in certain areas that you think you may be lacking in. Our second method is by seeking constructive criticism. And this can be a big game changer, because especially working on ourselves, we have certain biases and blind spots that we may not be privy to, and having someone from the outside look in can help us adjust, pivot, and work in the direction that we need to in order to accomplish our goals and being the higher version of ourselves that we need to be. There you have it, 7 factors that fuel self-improvement and personal development. I had a blast making this video, guys. Let me know in the comments which ones you like the most and which ones you plan to work on the most. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and until then, I'll see you next time.